So today we're sowing at Younghusband site, which is a site that was set up 2 years ago with a trial looking at different what we call mitigation and amelioration options for dealing with sands in the mallee. Soil type here is a pretty gutless sand, highly non-wetting as well, so that's why we're choosing to sort of compare some of the mitigation options, which is position of the seeding row, whether we're sowing on row or between last year's crop rows. We do actually see, even though we've had minimal moisture out here, you can see preferential flow where last year's stubble rows were, so we're trying to demonstrate where we get an advantage from sowing on last year's row. And we're also comparing that to some inter-row sowing strategies with and without wetters as well, which last year made a huge difference in establishment in terms of whether you sowed on row and used wetters were much better than the establishment that we got, which was pretty poor, where we just sowed between the rows with no other intervention. So pretty similar to last year. It's been very dry here during May and for the whole year really. Bit of a contrast to other areas within the mallee. So yeah, we're sowing into a pretty dry seed bed. There is a little bit of moisture from preferentially tracked down where the last year's row position is, so we're wanting to see whether, if we hit that or not, whether that has a big influence. But yeah, overall pretty dry conditions. So this is part of our Sandy Soils project, which is funded by the GRDC. And like I said, this is the third year of this trial site, comparing the different options. So we're comparing the cedar-based mitigation strategies, which is to some amelioration options as well. Those amelioration options included spading, deep ripping with inclusion plates, and they were done in the first year of the trial. So 2020 they were implemented, and they've just those plots have carried on. So we're looking to see not only what benefits we can get in terms of crop establishment on non-wetting soils, but also some what yield benefits that we can see as well. So last year we saw things like spading and inclusion plate ripping actually gave us a big benefit in establishment of the crop, but above and beyond that we also saw ripping, spading and inclusion ripping also gives some big yield benefits as well over the last 2 years, and in particular inclusion ripping with inclusion plates on has had a significant yield impact at this site so far. The last 2 years, the first year it was sown to wheat, and last year the site was sown to barley. This year we're actually splitting the site in two. So we're comparing these treatments in a lupin crop and also lentils as well on this sand. So that'll be interesting to see if there's a difference in how the legume crops are responding.